Rob, how much better are the Cavs now?
They aren't any better. And I'm going to say this until the cows come home. All right, that's for you, Shannon. That's a good reference.
Cows already in the barn.
Okay, and let's say this. They are championship frauds. That's what the Cavaliers are, period. They are no closer to beating the Warriors. I don't care about the younger, more energetic guys that they got. Let's just go over. They're 5-2 since the trade, okay? 1-2 at home. And let's go, other than those first two wins against the Celtics and Thunder, which got everybody all worked up, let's see who they've beaten. Memphis, the Hawks, the Nets, and in that Nets game, they gave up 123 points to the Brooklyn Nets. There's nothing here. And when they lost 9 out of 14, the Cavaliers are giving up 117 points. Now they're giving up 107 against these weak teams in the NBA. LeBron James will not get it done with Hood, with Hill, with Clarkson, and with Nance. They're younger, they're more energetic, but they're not better. They're not better. This team is not better, and you know it.
Much better.
When they play these teams, and I'm going to tell you this. You ready, Shannon? This is for you. Last year, they lost in a 5-game sweep to the Warriors.
Yeah.
This year, I'm ready right here on the record. The Cavaliers will get swept by the Warriors. That's how bad this team is compared to what they had when they had Kyrie, when they had a healthy Kevin Love. They couldn't get it done. They lost in a 5-game sweep. They will get swept this year in the NBA Finals.
I'm not listening to you.
Listen.
You root for the Pistons and the
I'm
Lions.
not rooting for anybody. I'm a reporter. I don't root for anybody.
First of all, I'm not supposed to say this because it's not grammatically correct.
That's okay.
They're much more better.
They're much more better.
Much more better.
You will not be.
Yeah.
You will not be teaching at USC with that.
But here's the thing, though. I believe they are better because they got younger. They can rotate multiple times. It's just going to take some time, and they're figuring this thing out. But as long as you got LeBron James, because they were older, Skip, and they didn't like playing with each other. LeBron didn't like playing with Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas didn't fit. D-Wade, Isaiah, and Derrick Rose both needed the ball, and they couldn't all be in the starting lineup, so they had to run with the second unit. You got 3 guys that need the ball running with the second unit. So now they're better. Hood fits better. The guy, George Hill, is he, Alvin Robertson's on the ball? No. But he's a better defender than what they had.
Are you talking about the team last year that lost in 5 games compared to this team that they just assembled? That's what I'm talking about, because that team you're talking about that they got rid of with Isaiah, Dwayne Wade, or whatever, it's in the same boat as this team. There's nothing different. There's nothing. The only thing different is that some of those guys that actually won big playoff games and won championships and have been in those moments. The guys that you have now have not done that.
No. Take that back. There was one guy that had been in that moment, but hadn't been in that moment in a long time, and hadn't been that guy in a very long time. You're talking about D-Wade. D-Wade needed to go back home, get back into an environment. He's going to play the amount of minutes. He was going to be the premier ball handler with the second unit. But those other guys, Isaiah Thomas, stop playing. They're better, Skip Bayless, and it only matters that one guy is better, is happier, is reinvigorated, is energized, and at the end of the season, he's going to have an afro.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
God, he's reinvigorated. Things you he looks like you have a glow. You see him later, like, oh, you have a glow about you. What's going on? When they meet somebody, you're like, hi. That's LeBron.
It's vibrating.
Yeah. LeBron's like, you see him, Skip. You saw what he did and booed up all the month of February. They say February is for lovers. That triple-double, he loved them triple-doubles.
And you know what?
That's what they say.
I never heard that.
Did he have a triple-double in the finals last year? What'd that get him? Okay. Go ahead, Skip.
So, Rob Parker, I am with Shannon Sharpe.
What?
Yeah.
Skip Bayless, you let me down.
And by the way, I'm not letting you down.
This.
I'm going to clue you in. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because you did concede the Eastern Conference to this Cavs team.
Well, because there's nobody else there, but that doesn't mean there were any champions. I think that
Celtics
they will.
just won 4 in a row.
The Celtics are not there yet. They're not there
Toronto.
yet. Huh? Toronto's not there. We've seen that act. How many times you got to watch that tired act in Toronto? I wouldn't even let them exchange my money.
I got news for you, Professor. As they were going into the trade deadline, I don't think this team could have won the Eastern Conference because it was going nowhere but south. It had turned into a sad mess. And to your point, they just didn't want to play with each other anymore. It was getting ugly. LeBron was playing ugly basketball for a 19-game stretch. He had the worst plus-minus in all of basketball, 510 players, and he had the worst because he was quitting on a team that he felt like was quitting on him. And there are those passive-aggressive social media messages that he was sending and pointing fingers. It was getting really rock-bottom bad.
I don't disagree with any of that.
And all of a sudden, euphoria happened. And you can't take away the fact, and it may have been euphoric, that they were just sort of riding high off emotion of the moment. But, man, they went to Boston and took them apart. And they went to OKC and took them all apart.
When they met up with Boston, Boston had lost 6 of 8. They were in a skid, Skip.
Okay.
And also when they beat the Thunder, Westbrook and I think Melo had just missed a stretch of games. They had just come back. So they caught them at the right time. But you're gonna Memphis, the Nets, and the Hawks. That's what you're gonna build your.
You see what he does?
What?
Now they beat him the first game of the season, and LeBron had that monster game. He said, "Oh, because of Gordon Howard," and they were such a shock. Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
They were in such
By the way,
shock.
might come back, but go ahead.
They were in such shock, and they were just so distraught. They beat him again, and then he makes another excuse. Every time they beat somebody, you got an excuse for why they won.
What I do like about this Cavs team with all this new blood is they do play a lick of defense now. They do, because I give you
123 against the Nets.
Okay,
What a great job
I got that,
was.
and they gave up 32 in the fourth quarter. But the Nets made 5 threes in the fourth quarter, and D'Angelo was like out of his gourd in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
But whatever.
D up on him.
Well, George Hill D'd up on him in the corner and just took him out.
D'd him up.
Yeah. And you look at these 6 games they've played together, and again, it's a weird sample size because you do have a couple of good teams and some bad teams. I give you that. Washington's playing a pretty high level.
Yeah.
They hung in with Golden State last night for a while. They are, in these 6 games, the new Cavs are 9th in points allowed in the NBA. Well, that's way better than what they were because there were stretches.
28.
Yeah, and there were stretches where they were the worst defensive team in the league.
But Skip, I think that their improvement had a lot to do with LeBron James just going back to playing. He had stopped playing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And when they got that vibe from him, the other guys, they quit. It was LeBron. And you talked about the worst plus minus because he stopped playing. And when they see the big guy, the lead guy not play, you know this, other guys, they take their foot off the gas.
He's like, I can't play with them. I don't want to play with them. You know, sometime when you were a kid, you didn't want to play with them. So guess what? I'll take my toys. I go up in the corner. You do your thing. I don't want to. He didn't want to play with Isaiah.
I get it.
And Rob, in the fourth quarter the other night, I saw the first glimpses of real basketball because I saw Rodney Hood, because he went with the bench. I saw Rodney Hood score 11 points. And I saw
LeBron had 8.
LeBron had 8, and he only played 7 minutes. And George Hill made that defensive stop, and Jordan Clarkson made a huge 3 with about a minute left in the game. And Larry Nance Jr. had, 8 and 6?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty. That was a fourth quarter. That's where you say, okay,
rotate multiple times.
are they better than Golden State? No, they're not. But are they way better than they were before the? Yeah.
But the point when we talk about the Cavs is not about them coming out the East. That's not what they're looking for.
Well, they were looking for that at trade deadline.
But whenever you have LeBron and it's 4 out of 7, Skip, I will say this until the cows come home. Again, I'll say this. The chances of beating him are very difficult 4 out of 7. If it's a 1-game playoff, you can beat anybody. I'll sit here right here and say if Michael Jordan played 1-game NBA Finals, he wouldn't be 6-0. It's totally different. When you talk about beating that guy 4 out of 7, nobody in the East is going to beat LeBron. Well, they would have been able to get a team together.
If you're a Golden State fan, you should be very, very nervous right now, though, because Rob just declared that you're going to sweep.
It's going to be a sweep.
Not a gentleman's sweep, an actual sweep.
You notice he keep talking about cows. Can you name one breed of cattle?
Yes, Kroger. Doesn't that get milk from the Kroger cow? No,
like a Brangus or an Angus or a Santa Gertrude or a Brahma or a Charlotte or a beef.
I'm from
Master.
New York. What cows do I know?
Red or black Angus. You don't know anything.
Rob,
you don't know anything about cows. Jeez.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.